Enjoy your Sunday. Okay, now, I do a video series for Budo, most of you know this, and that's why most of you are here actually, okay? And on these videos, people see this superficial thing of Kyusho, okay? But there was a lot going into those videos, and a lot going on behind the scenes that a lot don't know about, because you don't present it. You take the excerpts out, camera shuts off, and then you do an extra work on the side. Okay. One of the films, I think it was the compression film, I was working with Jamie, okay? And I did a stomach 9 compression, okay? And he had a little difficulty with it. Now,
Just
a little difficulty. It was a couple-hour difficulty, okay? So, the Kyusho is not just, okay, you wake the guy up and they're on their merry way, as people think. You can affect the guy for a long period of time. But as I was talking earlier in the segment about Kyusho attacking the inner person, okay, he came up to me after that speech when we were just all working out, and he was telling me, relating something. If you could...
Yeah, this is where I think it was tough for people to understand what everyone was saying, but 5 years ago, like you said, he actually hit me on stomach 9, and I was out for a long time. I had to get fixed. But when Evan was talking about getting into people's bodies and their psyche, I knew he was going to wanted to hit stomach 9. And I started to retreat, and I went into the corner, and I wanted to get away from him as much as possible. And I know with stomach 9, it lowers your blood pressure, and I have a blood pressure problem. And again, the points you can feel, that when Evan gets into you and goes deeper and explains that, it is so deep you can't understand it. But it's lived with me for 5 years. And I still hate stomach 9, or whatever it's now called.
Yes. 10.5.
Exactly.
Okay. But the idea was, he had a premonition that I was going to do that, because he had an experience, okay? That was in his psyche. That was in his spirit. And he started, you said you got cold chills over there and everything, because he had a remembrance. Okay, it's the same thing when you attack someone, okay? If you attack someone on the street, say you're in a gang situation, okay, and you get attacked and you defend yourself, and they want to come back and they want to get their revenge. If you go deep inside them, they may be a little bit more leery, because you did something weird that nobody's ever done to them before. And this is an actual story from one of our guys, one of our leaders in Austria, Max Masslinger. Okay, he's now in the police department, but he was in the prison systems. And he related the story that he uses Kyusho all the time because it works phenomenally, okay? And especially if you're in a real setting and they don't know what's going to happen. They have to control some pretty angry people with some issues, okay? And no qualms about hurting them, the officers, okay? So anyway, he says he uses Kyusho regularly and gets control when there's a big problem. They call him in to get the person under control because nobody else is. And what happens is he got the respect of the prisoners. Okay, and this is a funny thing too. This is talking to the spirituality and the mental aspect of the Kyusho. Here are the other prison guards really roughing the guy up. Okay, and Max comes in, he puts him in pain compliance in a split second. There's no physical damage. They're under control. They give up. Okay, and they respect him that he had the power of self-control, not to just start kicking or beating or whatever they were doing to him and trying physical strength maneuvers. He was just going in using a simple technique that made their body collapse in a certain way, got them out of the situation, and it was all done. So the prisoners respected him. So every time he walked in the room, they wouldn't give him a hassle like they had always hassled the other guards. Okay? So again, even in real situations with the most hardened criminals and the tougher aspects of society, Kyusho goes deep inside, and deep inside the mind because it's still there, deep inside the spirit because it's still there. The physical is gone, okay, but the mental and the spiritual last on. So thanks for sharing that and being so brave to do that.